Well, my philosophy in the whole thing is, you know, if you got something you like and you want to keep it, you got to work hard to keep it. I'm Keith Pankey. I am the owner of the Pankey Ranch, LLC. Along with my wife and my sons, we own a cow-calf operation. But it's pretty much a routine job from year to year what we do, and we just enjoy doing what we do.
We couldn't have better role models than Keith and Shelley, and just being able to share this lifestyle for sure with the boys and teach them the Western way. This
lifestyle creates great work ethics, integrity, so it's been really important for us to be involved in it.
I think it's pretty cool that our whole family, I mean, even generations before my grandpa, my grandpa grew up doing it, and we're fortunate to grow up doing it with our dads and our grandparents.
My grandparents moved out here and homesteaded in the Great Divide area, and that's part of the ranch that we've got now. My dad and my uncle, the only two brothers in that family, they started the ranching business called Pankey Brothers. And they ran that ranch until my dad retired in about 1995, I guess. Ever since then, we've been tied down with the cows and the haying, and that's what we do. And we're looking forward to these boys taking over when it's their time. In 2018, on the 4th of July, there was a fire on our property northwest of Craig, and we figured it burned about 40% of our property.
You know, we were kind of left scrambling, trying to figure out what we were going to do.
We figured we lost about 7 miles of fence.
Absolutely no grass, there was no grazing left.
The ground was nothing but ash, so we were very concerned about that. We had our cattle there at the time. We moved the cattle, and none of the cattle were hurt. In the fall of that year, we partnered with the NRCS and the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service, and were able to reseed. In the following spring, the grasses were amazing. Today, 3 or 4 years later, we've got excellent grass, and it just improved our place times over. So
I think water management's key. Keeping up on the ditches, or to try to keep the erosion down, because it tears the ground up.
So outside of the ranch, I have a polyurea business. It's a specialty coatings business. We specialize a lot in water conservation. So we actually worked on a project at Great Divide. We put a pond liner in, and it's worked out really well. It was after the fire, and to this day it's holding water, and every year it collects water. So it was a really successful project.
We have put in, I think, 9 solar pumps, 1 submersible electric pump, and with that water systems, we have got 4 pipelines that we run water to different parts of the pastures.
That not only improved for the cattle, the wildlife, and they graze, they disperse themselves and they graze more of the ranch. That has seemed to really help that part of the ranch.
Anything that we can do to conserve water is obviously really important. And not only helping the livestock that we have, but the wildlife as well. So we've seen a huge change in that, just because there is water available to those animals now. Well, I think the importance with partnerships with Colorado Cattlemen's is you can do a lot more. It would be hard to afford a lot of these projects without the help from these partners.
The NRCS has been a big help. The Trout Unlimited has helped, Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation, Bureau of Land Management, Colorado Parks and Wildlife. There's just so many members or groups that you don't always think about that is there to lend a hand, but also to get a different idea or other ideas, and not maybe just the same idea that we've always had or thought we needed to stick with.
To me, conservation means that it's a prevention of wasteful use of a resource. So in order to sustain what you've got to be a conservationist. And I think every rancher and farmer in Colorado and everywhere else is a conservationist.
The world doesn't revolve just around the grocery store. It's something that, you know, it starts somewhere, and I like to think that we are a part of where it starts.
My goal has always been that I can leave something for my family that they can enjoy like we have.